G'day and welcome to Does It Matter? Uh, there's a lot of fanfare being played about media services now, digital downloads and stuff for games, for movies, for TV shows. And there's increasing language that we're simply buying a license for those products now. We're no longer buying those products, seeing as the physical products are rarely being sold, even in games now. Most people are downloading their games physically. That was the sort of last bastion of physical discs. Movies have been streaming for a long time. You can download them or stream them but you don't get a physical copy anymore. The reality is that you bought something, an object, whether it's digital or otherwise, doesn't matter. You bought something and you paid for it. It belongs to you. It's your product. And companies can claim terms of service all they want, stating that that you bought a license. They can fuck off. You didn't buy a goddamn license. You bought the game. You bought the movie. You bought the TV series. That's what you bought. That is what your intention was. That is what the law in most countries, most OECD countries anyway, says. That's what you bought. So this nasty shenanigans that are being played by companies, even companies like Steam, which I truly appreciate as a company. Steam, Sony, a whole bunch of movie MGM, a whole bunch of movie companies and streamers stating that you're only buying a license to those movies. No, if I actually paid for the movie and downloaded it, it's mine. If I paid for the movie and it's on my streaming service, it's mine. I keep it forever. Just like a disc sitting mouldering in my shelf for 30 years, it's mine. I get to do what I want with it. I want to use it as a frisbee or watch it. Yes, I can. Same thing for digital copy. There should be no difference between a digital copy and a physical copy, in the sense that your ownership should never be in question. These corporate fucks are literally trying to get us to buy stuff but not really buy it. This faux buying, pseudo buying, where they take real money that you worked for and they convert it into a fake ownership. It's crap. If buying a product now isn't really buying a product, I guess then pirating these movies, games, and TV shows isn't really virtually stealing. You see where I'm going? You can't accuse people of stealing digital products if they're not really stealing, because you're not really selling. Either I'm buying a real product that you have to maintain forever, for as many decades as I want to keep it, or it's not a real product, I'm only buying a license, and stealing it is not really stealing it, in which case you've completely undermined the entire moral value of the transaction. It means nothing anymore. They can't have it both ways. It's one way or the other. Either it's, Darwinian, all for everyone for themselves, which they will not enjoy, or they've got to return to giving us value for money. And we need to advocate through our various MPs and through our various customer laws to have that changed if necessary. They should not be able to say, I'm selling you a digital product, therefore you're only licensed to watch it, you're licensed to play it. No, how does get fucked sound? I bought a product, I paid $80, $100, $120 for a game. I've paid $40 for a movie, $30 for $40 for a movie to own it. And now you're telling me that, we're no longer servicing that particular title anymore. See you later. What? I bought it. What do you mean you're not servicing it anymore? And that's what they can do. That's what they've done recently. Product is product. Ownership is ownership. Where on earth? Why have we've dropped the ball as the public? The public's dropped the ball too. Us. because we've allowed them to turn ownership into a meaningless term. And they're trying to replace it with licensing. I've never agreed to buy anything on a license. They can shove their terms of service up their ass. That's just extortion. Agreeing to those terms of service is extortion. I don't have a choice. You won't let me play the game or have the movie unless I tick the right fucking box. But I don't agree with it. No one does. And it's not copacetic with our laws. Our laws state you bought something, you're entitled to keep it. It's yours. So many of these companies are functioning at loggerheads with their own laws. And what we need are governments that are willing to go to bat for their people. What a fucking miracle. Have you seen much of that lately in most OECD countries? A few, Poland and a few others. But most, no, they're not willing to protect their own people. All right? Not willing to go to bat against these greedy corporates. We need them to do that. So it's well worth firing an email off to a commerce minister, state or federal, better still both, saying, I'm really disturbed about this trend towards digital products converting ownership into licensing. And I don't like it. I don't want it. It's against the law and they shouldn't be allowed to do it. What are you going to do about it? I eagerly await your response. They get 100,000, 300,000 of those, 1 million of those. They have to respond. They have to respond. And they actually have to respond meaningfully, especially when they get enough people. So let's go for that. They're going to steal. They've stolen our movies and our TV shows to some degree. We need to get those back. All right. They decided to close the server down with all your movies on it. Bye-bye. See ya. You paid for those movies. You paid for those TV shows. No. Gone. The company gets taken over by another company. They decide to drop a whole bunch of titles. You don't get them anymore. Games in particular, which are very expensive, anywhere from 60 to 150 bucks. And there's no fucking way in the world that's a licensing fee. That's ownership. We've always bought those games for those extortionate prices. And now they want to take that away as well. Let's fight it. Couple of emails isn't going to kill you, but it might actually save you money and heartache when something you value. I know that with my games, I play many of my games over and over. I'm playing Skyrim for the 4th time in the last 15 years, 14 years. So, there's plenty of games that I already play, Total Annihilation, other ones. And if I didn't have physical copies or digital copies weren't still available on Steam, I'd be screwed. I couldn't play games that I own. And this is what disturbs me, is that we should not just drop our pants and say, please use lube. We should tell them to fuck off. We should keep our pants firmly on and tell these rude, rapacious pricks to give us our property. If they want to go digital and save a ton of money, the price is they've got to maintain servers forever. Not for 10 years, not for 20, for 100, for 200. I don't care. Forever. If I'm alive in 1,000 years thanks to science, and I want to play Skyrim again or Fallout 4, you better have my fucking property still there, ready to play. I don't care how long it takes. I don't care. I bought it. It's mine. I get to keep it. And I think we all need to be that way. This world is trying to convince us to become willing little wage slaves and consumer slaves who do as they're told. I don't think we should do as we're told. It's a very bad idea, and it's not consistent with our own laws. These guys just are flagrantly bypassing our laws. We already have laws to protect us against this. They couldn't do it in a store. They couldn't do it if there was a physical store. But they're doing it because they're all digital platforms now. Sony's just agreed to completely bypass all physical games. They're not doing physical games anymore. Yeah. The last holdout. So now it's all licensing, except that's bullshit. If you love games and you want your movies and TV shows back safely ensconced in your digital library forever, not for a long time, forever, then you have every right. You should fire off an email. Fire off an email. It'll 10 minutes of your life. And if enough of us do it, We can reclaim ownership. This is not just about games or TV shows or movies. This is about ownership in the digital era. Everything's going to be digital. Everything's going to be downloadable. Everything's going to be that way. And one day, in the not too distant future, we will have physical implants that add to our life. And we will buy software updates for them. Do you want those to be suddenly switched off because the company merged with another company and they decided not to follow that policy? It's very dangerous moving into the digital era where we're going to have digital products everywhere, including inside our own bodies. And whether you like that or not, you will, because a lot of medical technology will involve those kinds of things. You don't want people owning software that is inside you, inside your life, inside every piece of technology you own. No, you don't want that. You want to own that. You want to have legal rights to it. When we get rid of our legal rights in the digital world, we become helpless slaves. We become the frog on the cutting board, just ready for dissection, because they can do anything they want to you because you've let them do it. Let's not do that. Let's claim our power back in the digital world. Oos.